Welcome to Chemistry 109, the first half of General Chemistry 1. My name is Dr. Lisa Blue, and I'm a lecturer in chemistry, which means the majority of my working days are spent on teaching and related activities. I'm also UK's first appointed faculty tutoring coordinator because I really pushed hard to take a campus-wide integrated approach to tutoring students. So I work with all of the tutoring centers on campus that interact with our chemistry students to ensure tutors are getting content-specific reviews and support in chemistry. I also manage our General Chemistry Learning Center and train our TAs to work with students, so you're in good hands as far as learning is concerned. I'd like to set some base rules because I know there will be questions. If you have a question where everyone could benefit from the discussion, I want you to post those questions on Piazza. Please do not worry about the quality of your questions. If there is something bothering you, I want to hear about it, and I'm sure others are wondering the same thing. If you have a question that pertains to you specifically, please email it to me at lisa.blue@uky.edu. Be sure to include CHE 109 in the subject line so I can prioritize which emails I respond to promptly. Yours, of course. While I don't have a formal research program here at UK, I do spend a lot of time reading and studying about how we can help students realize their maximum potential. I'm curious to know how we forge that next Elon Musk or Steve Jobs. How do we get regular people interested and engaged in science so we can maybe have politicians interested in making that next moonshot like JFK that galvanized the nation during the 1960s? How can we get regular people interested enough to study science so they can understand how it works and affects our daily lives? I'm so dedicated to answering these questions that I'm actively pursuing another degree at EKU in cognitive psychology. My goal is to apply that new level of expertise to my teaching at UK because you deserve the best that I have to offer, period. My goal in this course is to prepare you for General Chemistry 2, CHE 107. It's a tough course because, much like in 5th grade, where you must switch from learning to read to reading to learn, that's what happens between Gen Chem 1 and Gen Chem 2. Gen Chem 2 relies heavily on critical thinking skills, where you'll learn how to do something, then you'll need to transfer those skills to a novel situation, which is a big but necessary cognitive leap. While there is still a lot of memorization, you'll also need to focus on understanding in Gen Chem 2 so you can apply your learning to new problems. One way I can help is to make sure you're studying effectively because it's not the time that you spend, but the quality of the studying that occurs. This means you'll need to list out all of your assignments, estimate the time it will take to complete them, then plan a series of study sessions to accomplish those plans. Cramming the day before the exam needs to become a thing of the past, and you'll need to check yourself often. Is the way you're spending your time aligning with your priorities? Keep the big picture in mind. You need to get through this class for a reason. Are your daily activities supporting that overall goal? I have a lot of information posted on Canvas about effective study methods, but the most fundamental handout I have, and a practice that I've used my entire college career, has been some variation of the study cycle you see here, published by Purdue's Academic Success Center. I was taught the study cycle by my honors botany professor my very first semester of college. Even though it was an honors course and we were honors students, he told us that what had gotten us there wouldn't get us through. So here was our chance to up our game. I want to extend that same crucial lesson to you, so let's take a few minutes to set you up for success, not only in this course, but for all of your college work. Before you watch the video lectures, make sure you're reading the textbook. While learning a new discipline, I found that my first attempt at reading means I really just look at the section's titles, figures, and let's face it, the pretty pictures. It's like the new information just refuses to get into my brain. On your second attempt, you'll actually read the text and highlight passages. Personally, I don't take notes over the reading until I come back to it a third time. By then, my brain has had a chance to chew over the information, and it tends to make a lot more sense so that I can jot down concise notes, summarize the main ideas, and successfully work through the example problems. If you'd like a more formal process, I have references over the SQ3R and SQ4R methods on Canvas for your review. This textbook should be central to your learning experience. Please use it. There are lots of videos and interactives embedded in the text. Make use of them and set aside plenty of time to interact with the material. For us, attending class means that you're going to set aside an adequate amount of time to watch the lecture videos, take notes over them, and answer all of the embedded questions. A good rule of thumb is to multiply the length of the video by pi to get a time estimate. So a 5-minute video will take you 5 times 3.14, or a little over 15 minutes. To help you in this process, I include a transcript under every video lesson, in case it moves too fast or you hear an unfamiliar word that deserves a closer look. Be sure your dedicated lecture time is spent actively trying to clarify a concept, find a question to ask on our discussion board, or master a new skill that wasn't clear from the reading. Do your best to protect your lecture time by not getting distracted. After each video lecture, be sure to fill in any gaps by asking questions on Piazza or going back to the textbook. Now here's where the magic happens. Make sure you're spacing out your study sessions because repetition of the material is key. Draw mind maps, think about how the video you watched fits into the bigger picture of what we're studying. Try making connections to real life. If you're taking more than one class, plan to have 1 to 3 intense study sessions on chemistry, then move on to another topic. This is a memory trick known as interleaving. Trust me, after about 90 minutes of any topic, most people are ready for a break. Intense study sessions have a structure to them. In the first minute or two, decide what you want to accomplish. Spend the next 30 to 50 minutes working with the material. If you can't manage that long, then start with a shorter interval. I found that I can make myself sit through 25 minutes of focused work even if I'm not feeling inspired or I don't want to necessarily work on it right then, but I have to. After your focused study time, reward yourself by doing something completely different. Get up from the laptop or tablet and walk around. Get a snack. Do anything but more of the same. Your brain really needs that break. Finally, come back and look over your work. Do your notes make sense? Did you leave a gap that needs filling in during the next session? Finally, it's not a bad idea to quiz yourself. Can you work through sapling homework or end-of-chapter textbook problems without your notes? Can you explain it to your grandparent or younger sibling in terms that they understand? If not, then you probably don't understand the material well enough yet. Don't give up. Review the study methods information in Canvas to see if you can pick up a few new tricks and keep at it. To help you with this, we'll have discussion forums over the material and lots of questions on Piazza. Feel free to jump in and answer other students' questions. It will only help your understanding. So what's our game plan? Let's discuss the particulars of how this course is going to work. We'll have 3 exams worth 17% of the overall grade each. Dates are listed in the syllabus. 1 quiz will be given worth 6% of the overall grade. The final exam is comprehensive, so keep studying everything a little bit every day. The sapling homework is worth 10% of your grade. Participation activities include our PlayPosit lectures, discussion boards, and the occasional activity, totaling 5% of your grade. We'll also have recitation activities to give a little extra practice on the material. The recitation activities are worth 5% of your grade. Keep an eye on Canvas daily. If you have a question about course policy, please check the syllabus first, then ask your question on Piazza if you can't find the answer. Canvas will be your one-stop shop for all course materials. Sapling is our online homework system. Due dates are listed in Sapling, but if I have to change a due date, I'll announce it on Canvas. Plan to work on Sapling a little bit every day. My PlayPosit lecture videos all come with transcripts. I'd advise downloading these transcripts before you begin watching the video. Also consider downloading the list of questions at the end of your PlayPosit session. These can be great review material. You may have never participated in a discussion board before, but I've found they are a valuable component in solidifying understanding of chemistry because they give you a chance to talk about what you're learning in a safe space with your peers. Topics will be announced in each discussion board and will require a well thought out post of 3 to 5 sentences due on Tuesdays. Wednesdays should be a day for reading everyone else's post in your group and deciding which post to comment on. 2 comments on group members' posts are due by Thursday evenings. Do not cluster post or try to knock out the discussion board assignments all in one day. That's not how discussions work. Rather, make your post, come back daily, and review others' posts. You may be surprised at how much you learn this way. Finally, I want you to think about the preconceived notions you may have about chemistry. When I ask this question in class, I get responses such as scared, nervous, dread, and a few positive comments. If you're coming into this class and you're not absolutely thrilled about learning chemistry, I'd ask that you give it a chance. Maybe, just maybe, by the end of the semester, my hope is that you might have a better word that comes to mind when you think about chemistry. To get started, make sure you're taking a good look around Canvas to see how the course is structured. Make sure you're getting at least daily notifications and enable the calendar function. Register for Sapling and locate the textbook on the Sapling website in the Resources folder or the front page to the right. Then complete the first 2 Sapling assignments in our first discussion board. Always let me know if you have any questions or if I can assist you in your learning journey.